to another YouTube video. Y'all gonna come along with me to the store for a little bit. I pick a couple things for the house. But not only that, I want to talk to y'all about buying a motorcycle in Spain. And I'm gonna explain to y'all some of the trials and tribulations that you may face while buying a motorcycle in Spain. And this video right here is for all the American and military folk that's in the area and they trying to buy a motorcycle and they having trouble. I'm gonna go over a list of things that you need to buy a bike, or it will even qualify you to even have a bike over here in Spain, and what type of bike you can get. But in the meantime, we about to go head to this grocery store real quick. Gotta pick up a few things and then we continue with this video though. Also here in Spain, make sure you pedestrians got to wear away crossing the street, but still make sure you look both ways, just in case. But yeah, we about to go into El Jamon. I gotta pick up some tomato paste, some little snacky snacks, and then we ought to be alright for this week. This week for me is an early week, which is a blessing. So we're gonna see what festivities we get into this weekend. Get the El Jamon, y'all. Another thing too, y'all. One thing I do love about Spain is most of the grocery stores are straight butchers, or they're actual butchers, so they cut the meat how you want it to be and the style that you want. So I love that here. But y'all be patient with me. I'm gonna get into the bike stuff and just say I do need to get this grocery list done before my old lady be on my head. All the men who watching this, you already know how I go. All right, y'all, we're out of daggone El Jamon now. I hate that I just went in the store and I was supposed to go in there for one thing, left out with 30, saw some damn popsicles, and cause I ain't gonna lie, out here in Roda, it's hot as I don't know what. I've been sweating my nuts off for the past 2 weeks now. I've been sweating my nuts off for the past 2 weeks, y'all, and it ain't getting no better, man. It's still hot every day. But back to the video, we're gonna go ahead and get right into what are some things that you need in order to purchase a motorcycle, get a motorcycle out in Spain, etc., etc. We're gonna hop right into that thing, man. Give me one moment. All right, y'all, we are back. We are better than ever. It's a little bit delayed in the video. I kind of got busy, but we're gonna hop right on into this joint. So, first thing first, if you are looking forward to getting a motorcycle in Spain. All right, y'all, so back to what I was saying. So first thing first, if you plan on obtaining a motorcycle in Spain as a military member, right? I want to specify military member. You are in the military, you're stationed in Rota, right? One of the first things you should probably do before you get to Spain is obtain your motorcycle license in America. So I'm gonna explain what that means in just a second. All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all from example. So I got my motorcycle license in America. When I had my motorcycle license for about a year and a half. When I got to Spain, I was under the impression of that it's like America. Once you get your license, the CC a bike doesn't matter once you have your motorcycle license. You could get a 500, you could get 1,000, you could get 1,300, you get 1,400 CCs. You know, it don't matter. Your range is limitless as soon as you have your license. But in Spain, it's a little bit different here, and I'm gonna explain the difference in that in 1 second. All right, so in Spain, and I'm reading on my phone too, because this is information I was new to as well when I first came here. So in Spain, your license is broken down in 4 categories. So first, we're gonna go over category 1. So category 1 is the AM license. This allows you to ride mopeds with a maximum engine capacity of 50 cc's, y'all. Just 50 cc's, and you're available to get it at the age of 15. in Spain. All right, now we're on to the next part. You got your A1 license in Spain. This license allows you to ride a motorcycle up to 125 cc's or an electric motorcycle, which can be 11,000 kilowatts of power, and you are eligible to do that at the age of 16, right? And this is in Spain. Then you have your A2 license. This license permits riding motorcycles with a maximum power of 3,500 kilowatts and is available from age 18. Then you have your A license. This is an unrestricted license allowing riders to operate motorcycles of any power. To obtain it, you must be at least 20 years old and held a A2 license for at least 2 years. So that brings me back to my point. Like I said, I've only had my license for approximately a year and a half now. I have 6 more months to go before I could obtain a Class A license in Spain. So that puts me in the category of A2 license, which on here it just says 3,500 kilowatts of power, but with 35,000 and no 35 kilowatts of power. My bad, y'all. But also, I can only ride a bike that is 500 cc or lower. So I could be at the max, which is 500, but I can't go beyond 500 because I haven't hit that 2-year mark yet. Once I hit that 2-year mark, then I go to my DMV, my local DMV, or for y'all can go to your local DMV and obtain a paper of kind of like a paper of legislation where it allows you to, it basically shows your track record of how long you had your license, right? And that's how you go about that. But let me go in depth a little bit more. All right, so here in Spain, I'm gonna break down each class to where it's more understandable. So if you're a American motorcycle rider, you had your bike for less than, you had your license for less than 2 years, you're basically obtained under the A2 class license, which means you can drive a 500 cc bike or lower. I'm in the same category as well, so that's why I'm looking at 500 cc motorcycles right now as we speak. Now, if you had your license for longer than 2 years and you can prove that you had it longer than 2 years, and ways you can prove it is O license or that letter from your DMV back home that you could send here to Spain and show the security office here, then they will basically update your license to where you can ride a A2 motorcycle. So right now on my license it says, not A2 motorcycle, where you could drive a A-class motorcycle. Right now I'm only eligible to do a A2, which is fine. I'm not tripping. I'm not mad. 500 cc's is more than enough for what I need to do out here. But like I said, I know some people are used to that 1,000 cc, 900, 600, but it's okay. In due time, I'll be able to graduate to that. But right now, I'm cool. All right, y'all. So now back to what I was saying. So with that being said, now that I broke down all the classes for the bikes, and these are some things that you should be thoughtful of, because you also have to think. Let's say you are shipping a bike and you just got your license in America or before you came to Spain, and you're trying to ship your 1,000 cc street bike. You will not legally be able to drive it here. You can drive it illegally, but you won't even be able to get your car out of the VPC lot, because your license in America does not certify you to drive a bike in Spain, because you have to come here and get a European license. So that's why it's so imperative that you guys kind of plan ahead before you decide to say, oh, I'm gonna take my bike to Spain, and not knowing anything. Because prime example, I want to take my 2000 Road King to Spain, but I couldn't, only for the simple fact of I didn't have my license for 2 years yet, and that bike has, I think, 1380 cc's. It's a heavy bike, so it's gonna have a lot more cc's, but I couldn't even bring her. So I kind of left me in a predicament where I'm like, dang, I can't even bring my bike now, so now I gotta come here and start from scratch. So that being said, all military personnel, do your research on coming over to Spain if you want to ride a motorcycle. Keep in mind, like I said, if you're under that A2 part where you haven't had your motorcycle license for 2 years yet, you are under that A2 category. You're under that A2 category, which is up to 500 cc's is your cap. Now, let me explain something else to y'all. You can buy a motorcycle that is above 500 cc's, but they will have to put a chip in the bike to make it only able to go 500 cc's. So you could bring that $1,000 street bike, but when you bring, that 1,000 cc street bike, but with that being said, you're gonna have to get it registered as a A2 bike, so that you're basically gonna put a governor on the bike, which restricts the amount of cc's it's able to put out. So you do have ways around it, which is very beneficial, but you also have to think of, like, is that gonna hurt the bike? Do I really want my bike that I'm used to going so fast on, and I'm used to hearing it rev, to be broken down to basically a bike on training wheels now, because you don't have the same power that you had, So those are things you guys have to think about when you're thinking about going to new duty stations or transferring from one place to another. Take all those things into consideration. But I hope this video helps somebody. Y'all have questions, link them in the comments. I will get you answers. Like I said, I'm stationed here in Rota, Spain. So, hey, use me as your learning tool, and I will try to help y'all as much as possible. Anybody who doesn't know about bike stuff, like I said, research it. But now I want to raise Jay out. Much love to y'all. Peace, and thank y'all for coming with me on this journey, man. More videos coming. Hopefully a motorcycle is coming to the channel. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Tell your mom and daddy you love them.